The show that sucks with your hosts Harrison and Honzhou Gonzhou.
See the curtains hanging in the window in the evening on a Friday night. A little light is shining through the window. Let me know everything is alright. Summer breeze makes me feel fine. Blowing through the jasmine in my mind.
With special guests from around the fighting game community.
Has commentating hindered your ability to place 4th place at local tournaments?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it has. I just suck. I just don't practice anymore. It's not because of the commentary. It's more about just life in general. You know, you turn 30 and you're like, just life.
30?
I'm 30.
Wow, you should kill yourself.
Now for your hosts, Harrison and Honzhou Gonzhou.
What's up, everybody?
Why do you keep playing that intro?
Because it's the best intro. And the best, and the first award of the Show That Sucks award show for the best intro goes to that intro.
Okay.
Welcome everybody to
I
the Show That
believe you.
Sucks. The it doesn't say anything special on the screen there, but it is the award show because yeah, we've never done one, and I think it was about time that somebody gets these awards that nobody's gonna care about next week. So
I think we really need to like a catalyst to jump the shark. And I think this is a perfect opportunity to do that. Because I mean, after the Fray did their awards show, it died. So,
I know.
Without further ado. Best up-and-comer. Who's the best up-and-comer? Nemo?
Best up and comer? What?
That was a
That's
joke.
not on our list.
I know. It was on the Fray. I was on that awards show, Harrison. And they gave the best up-and-comer to fucking Nemo. One of the Guilty Gear gods.
What about Smug?
No, this was last year.
Okay.
But, yeah. I guess we're doing an award show. Do you want to just go into it?
I say we do. We got 2 things we got to talk about now.
I
There
don't
was
know.
there
Do you
was
wanna do
one
it
huge
first,
thing
or-
before we get into the awards. We can't not talk about these things.
Okay.
So
Let's-
I think let's start with the brand new news that is surfacing right now that you just figured out, or something's going on
It
where
was about an hour ago.
about an hour ago. Lay it on us. What's happening?
I guess it's been announced that Ultra Street Fighter 4 is going to be only on PS4 at EVO. So
You heard it,
this-
guys. Go hurry up and go buy your PS4 sticks before they run out of stock for 6 months and nobody has arcade sticks.
yeah, so this is a huge problem for so many reasons. And it's not the fact that it's just on PS4. Because, you know, the port's probably going to be fine. I don't really have an issue with the port. I believe it's probably going to be fine. There's probably not going to be problems with it. But it's Capcom, so maybe I'm too optimistic. But my problem is the accessibility of the fucking console for so many people. Like, these are people who could barely afford sticks. Like, I'm sorry. Like, a lot of these people, you know, can barely afford getting to EVO, let alone getting a PS4.
Okay, before we go crazy, this is for sure 100%.
Yeah, it's on Shoryuken.
Go to if I go to shoryuken.com, it's on the front page. Wow. Wow. And Shoryuken is right. It has to be right.
Yes. So, this is another problem. The fucking person who won EVO last year uses a PS1 pad. Like, these are people who use converters and has won the fucking tournament. Luffy uses like a PS1 shit pad or something. And
Dude, a lot of people use pads.
yeah, and they're very good players. Snake
Yeah.
Eyes uses pads.
Top 3 at Apex, NuckleDu, Snake Eyes, and Smug all use pads.
Yeah. So they're just gonna have to use another pad, and that's a big deal for pad players. They have to be comfortable with their pad.
Yeah.
And you know they might not like the PS4 pad. So all right, tough shit. You got to use the PS4 pad or use a stick. And you know there are affordable sticks. Fucking Hellpockets is jerking off Hori sticks, and they're pretty cheap. They're like 150 bones for a cross-compatible stick.
Okay, well,
nowadays.
you know what's cheap? The ones I already own.
I know.
Xbox
that's
360.
The thing.
They're. I already bought them.
This is just gonna hurt the entrance. I just don't think they care about the entrance. This is my problem. This is my problem with it. I don't think they care about the common person coming just to go 0-2.
I feel like they should have waited a year. If it was PS4 next year, like obviously Street Fighter V is gonna be out, and we can move on to next gen because it's on next gen. People accept it, but that's just so much money.
It's a lot of money for everyone, and it's hurting. It's gonna hurt the bottom line. I wouldn't be surprised if Marvel gets more entrants than Street Fighter at this point, and that's fucking sad. And I love Marvel, but it's it's crazy to think that Street Fighter would be on PS4. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, it really doesn't make sense to me. And I get they might have been pressure from Sony, it might have been pressure from Capcom and all this shit, but why do this? It doesn't make sense from a competitor standpoint or from even a community standpoint.
It doesn't really make sense for them.
Business
it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Like, unless they're getting a ton of money to play on PS4, which obviously they are, because really there's no reason for them to, hey, you know what? Let's just go buy more PS4s for no reason, and then just make everybody upset. There's no reason for that.
And it's not like PS4s aren't going to corner the Capcom market. They have Street Fighter V coming out. MKX is coming out for next gen, and Gear's already out for for PS4. So it's like there's games coming out that are going to incentivize pretty much every person in every genre for fighting games to buy a PS4. Because if you're going to buy a PS4 for Street Fighter V, you might as well buy a PS4 for Mortal Kombat. If you're going to buy just for Mortal Kombat, you might want to play Street Fighter V. You might want to play Guilty Gear. You never know. And it just seems like fighting games are going toward PS4. That's what they are going toward. I do not see why you would have an Xbone if you wanted fighting games in the future, unless you want to play Killer Instinct. That's the only reason you would buy an Xbone for fighting games, is for Killer Instinct. And that's fine. If you want to play Killer Instinct, go for it. But every other game's going to be on PS4s. I'm sorry.
I just feel like it's a little bit too late. Maybe if it was announced like right after last year's Evo, somehow it would have been okay, but I don't know, man. It's just...
And that, you do bring up a point. Like, if it was announced back then, at least people have Black Friday deals and all this shit to buy a PS4, But now it's just like, we'll buy a fucking shitty deal PS4,
I think I'm just more worried about the arcade sticks. Because, it's one thing to buy a console. It's just so much more on your plate to spend an extra $150-$200 extra.
Well, I can shout out some options if people are looking for. Arcade Shock is selling the Hori PS3, PS4 sticks for $150. If you want a dual mod, there's people like Marvelous Customs, other modders out there that are going to be at Final Round, NCR, SCR, stuff like that are going to be doing dual mods for around that same price, around $150 for dual mods for PS3, PS4 on your actual sticks that you already have. And then you can also get a Mad Cat stick if you like Mad Cat's quality sticks. You can go to their website, and Markman has tweeted pretty recently that they're going to be way more sticks for PS4 than are going to be probably needed. So,
well, I hope that's true, because really, it's taken a good 6 months every time like this cycle comes where, hey, we need a bunch of arcade sticks, and there just really isn't any for a good 6 months, and people are kind of scavenging for arcade sticks when they really shouldn't.
Yeah. Well, hopefully Mad Cat's... Well, we know Mad Cat's going to be at tournaments. They're going to be at Final Round.
They're going to be at every tournament because of Mad Cat's.
Get your PS4 stick there. If you find a modder, get your stick modded. You gotta get your PS4 shit going now. But at least you have some time. It just sucks. Say someone booked their plane ticket, they registered already for Street Fighter, and now you're just laying the PS4 shit on them. Now they have to cancel their reservations, cancel plane tickets if they don't have the money to purchase a PS4 or purchase a PS4 stick. Some people can't afford that. That's understandable. but you announced it too late in the game, I think, and it's gonna fuck with people, and it's only gonna exclude people. It's not gonna introduce, like, it's not like, wow, all these people are suddenly gonna fucking fluctuate in because of PS4. No, it's just only excluding people. That's what I don't like about it. But I mean, top players are gonna buy.
Top players are gonna get it.
Yeah.
It's just there's got to be a reason. I just hope there's a reason outside of Evo that warrants buying it for PS4. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people, it's going to be the same thing because it's still the same netcode, right?
I don't know.
Is it better netcode? Maybe
Sony's Sony has that cloud weird server thing that they've been touting. It's not the dedicated servers of Xbone, but they have some server thingy. For Guilty Gear, it really hasn't improved it over the PS3 servers, from what I know. I don't know what their deal was with their online, or if they even launched their online shtick yet.
I mean, I just hope the netcode is good because, let's face it, Street Fighter was on PS3 for, what, 2 or 3 years? 2 years?
Street Fighter? It's been on there for 6 years.
On PS3?
Yeah.
It's been on for 6 years?
2009, right?
Yeah, but that was like the arcade release, remember? And then I thought it was 10 that it came out. Or was it 9?
No, it was 9. 8 was the arcade release.
Okay, so it's been there for 4 years. So there was that time...
No, it's been there for 6 years.
No, I'm saying on PS3.
On PS3, it was released with Xbox 360, correct?
Yeah, but I'm saying at Evo.
Oh.
Yeah. So, like, at Evo, it was on PS3. So we just had that whole time where people were buying PS3s because you needed to train for, Evo. And, of course, all the other tournaments adopted PS3 because they wanted to be like Evo. And everybody had to train on PS3 because everybody knows it was laggy.
Yeah.
And just not as good as the Xbox version, which everybody preferred. And not only did they prefer that because it was laggy, but the netcode was better. More people wanted to play online. And I kind of just hope that's not the case again, where people now we got to buy a PS4 just because Evo's doing it and just to train on that when we can all just have everything together.
And it's not like we have a release date for the fucking game, the port. It's just supposed to be spring sometime. So how long are people going to be able to train? A couple months? What if there are differences in the port? What if there are patch problems that can't be patched out before Evo? There are differences, and people might not be able to...
That's what I'm worried about.
People might not be able to practice on the PS4 version. Like, sure, they can go to Evo, get a loaner stick, play on the goddamn PS4 version, but it might be different. You're just excluding people. It's all about exclusion with this deal. And I don't think it's it doesn't have the community in mind, in my opinion. And that's why I think it's sad. It's just money.
I just kind of wish they would have waited a year. I mean, why not? Why not wait a year?
But, I mean, to be fair, there's going to be so many tournaments this year, majors, that are going to be running on 360 PS3. So... Yeah,
that's another thing. I mean,
if you really don't like the change, then at least you have options to go to tournaments. It might not be Evo, but it's just stupid to say that. It's stupid that I have to say that.
Do we know when it's coming out for PS4?
No, spring.
No, spring.
Yeah.
Wow. That's just like it's gonna put people. It's really gonna put like CEO. I feel like in kind of a bad spot because they're right before Evo, and I have a feeling it's going to be released before CEO because it's really it's like less than a month before Evo, right? It's like June. Okay, so a little bit more, a little bit more than a month since it's at the end of July. Evo.
Yeah. What if CEO has to be on PS4?
That.
That's ostracizing their community.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be last minute for them at that point, so it's like.
And you think they're not going to be able to afford that?
No, last minute $600 charge.
Well, I mean,
aren't going to do that.
I mean, it's like $400.
I mean, plus the stick.
No, I mean for just like the tournament organizers.
Oh yeah, and tournament organizers. Yeah, they'd have to get a donation. And last I checked, fucking Jabalia's working with Microsoft. So,
Yeah, that's yeah. That can't be good.
it's a whole slew of issues that this decision causes, and maybe have top 16 on PS4 or something.
No, that's stupid. No, that's dumb.
I don't know.
That's a dumb idea. Don't
I just don't
ever...
like the exclusion.
I don't know. Maybe, man, it's just too soon. Maybe if they had like an exhibition on PS4, like, oh my god, it looks so much better or something. Like, I don't know. Just
Maybe show off the PS4 version. Say it has better netcode. Fucking lie to people. Who cares? But like, just have it there.
use Evo
I think that'd be
use
fun.
Evo to sell it at that point.
And you could do the thing where they had the Marvel booths. You know, there was a bunch of Marvel booths for Ultimate when it was in 2011, showing off the new patch, showing off new characters. You know, Hawkeye and shit. And well, I don't think Hawkeye was in that version, but like Ghost Rider and stuff, stuff like that. And you could see, you know, the changes and stuff. Maybe have PS4 setups there. You know, people can go play the game, see the cool new stuff they put in. I assume they're gonna do new things. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I hope it's a good version and people want to play on it. That's what I'm. That's out of everything, out of the bad net code, out of, you know, having to buy it. I'm
There's
just
always
worried
been
about
problems with Capcom patches though. Every fucking patch has had a problem. Every version change has had a problem.
I mean, just
For this game.
I don't know. I just hope it's not like the PS3 where you're playing underwater. I just hope it's not like that.
From what I can tell from Xrd, playing on PS4 offline is very nice. It's, you know, 60 frames per second, 1080p. It's very nice.
That being said, I believe they use a different code or a different language or whatever for PS4 as opposed to PS3. So,
well, it's just more power is what I'm gonna get down to, because like PS3 Guilty Gear Xrd sometimes lags a little bit if there's a lot going on, and you have the performance.
Well, obviously it's made for the superior console.
Well, yeah, I mean it's just, you know, PS4 just has way more horsepower, so hopefully it makes the game better. But I'm just worried about, you know, balance things. You know, what if Ibuki is suddenly fucking invincible when she throws a kunai? You know, like with like all this shit that could just randomly happen in these games. You know, I've been seeing random tweets of guy just not having hitbox on his fucking EX hurricane kick.
Wasn't there's like some kind of like Mortal Kombat thing where in like one patch, like this character was just like immune or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, I mean,
there's
it's
been
totally...
weird Mortal Kombat.
Or no,
things.
it was Injustice. It was something with the Joker or something, where just one patch he was completely broken. But
I don't know.
And they had to hurry up and patch it because I think a huge major was that week, and you can't have just like a broken character for you know CEO.
I've seen tournament where it was Mortal Kombat 9. I saw the tournament, and they patched it midway through the tournament. The next day, it had to be played on the patch version. I've seen that happen. So, I mean, anything's possible with patches. You know, Evo might get a patch a week beforehand, and everyone has to suck it up.
Well,
anyways,
we'll find
sorry
out.
to depress everyone.
No, it's that was just like, I don't know, that was just something crazy that just happened like an hour ago.
Yeah.
I can't even believe that. But
I didn't expect that. I thought maybe, you know, anime games might be on PS4 or something. You know, Mortal Kombat might be next gen, stuff like that. Street Fighter? I didn't expect
yeah, I was not expecting that.
I didn't expect that.
If you guys have any questions, you can send them to @HarrisonSBA and @Honzhou Gonzhou on Twitter. One tournament that we know for sure is going to be on PS4 now is Capcom Cup. And well, I guess I mean some of these events, obviously you would have to assume these events after Evo are going to be on PS4. Which
no. I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
I mean, if they're premier events. Okay, so first off, it's 500K. We've known that for, you know, a couple months now. But now we know where all this money's going to. Still think it's ridiculous that first place of Capcom Cup gets $120,000, which is absolutely ridiculous. I still don't think we need to give people $120,000.
I can't wait to get Chris G $120,000 worth of French fries. I think it'll be great for him.
Think it'll be great? I'm pretty sure Chris G's not gonna win that tournament.
$120,000 French fries sounds amazing to me.
You know what? I'm not gonna say he's not gonna win just because, man, you throw $250,000 in a tournament, it's gonna bring out everybody. Everybody who's good at that game is gonna be after that 120K. So first place of Capcom Cup gets $120,000. Second place gets $60,000. $60,000 for getting second place. Third place gets $25,000. Fourth place gets $15,000. Fifth and sixth get $10,000. And seventh and eighth place get $5,000.
Imagine getting ninth.
Man. Hey, you get flown out there.
I know. You get flown out to the best part of San Francisco. You know, what a great city. And yeah, I mean, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money just to win a couple matches. I think if you win 2 matches, you're in the money. So.
But you got to beat like the best players in the world. It is raised to a 32-man bracket. So Capcom Cup is going to be a 32-man bracket. The finals.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh.
Yeah. So Capcom Cup will be increased to 32 players.
That's crazy. That's a crazier change than I anticipated.
So there's going to be premiere events, and then I believe there's point events too. So there's going to be places where it's going to be the same thing where, you know, there's going to be events where you can instantly qualify for people who might not be able to, you know, fly around the world and try and gather up these points. And then there's going to be ones where if you can, you're able to, you know, you can get points and not necessarily have to win a tournament in order to get in. Which, I mean, it's good. It just covers everything, in my opinion.
Yeah. We should see more people coming out to these tournaments, even if it's just for points, because getting invited to a 32-man bracket seems pretty doable, in my opinion. But there's going to be so many people trying to get to it. It's going to be a little cutthroat. But if you have the ability to go, I mean, why not just go? Because you get flown out to San Francisco and you have a chance. You have a legit chance because you just have to, like, you have to believe in the bracket. If, you know, you don't have to be good. You just believe in the bracket.
You can believe in the bracket. You can, and, you know, this kind of tournament, you can study your matches. You can look at your possibilities. At the very, very least, you know who you're playing first round of the tournament. And you can kind of, you know, guess who you're going to play. So there's definitely strategy and stuff. It's not just kind of like you're just playing people blindly at a major. So I guess, should I list? So the premier events, by the way, not only do Capcom Cup get a ton of money, but where's it at? Okay, so the premier events, they're still throwing a bunch of money at premier events, which I think is the more important thing out of this, outside of the money from Capcom Cup, is that all these other tournaments, it's going to get more people to show up to these smaller things, encourage people to come out. So first place for the premier events is 7K, second place is 3K, third place is 1.5, fourth place is 1,000. You know, fifth and sixth is 750, seventh and eighth is 500, and of course that's on top of the prize money you're gonna get from all the entrants,
sponsors, entrants,
all the things like that. And then Evo, although didn't they throw 25K last year at Evo?
Something
if
like
I'm
that.
not mistaken. So they're throwing 20K this year for first place. And then second place for 10. Third place gets 7. Fourth place gets 5th. Fifth and sixth get 2.5. Seventh and eighth get 1.5. I kind of wish they would have increased, maybe taken some of the money out of Capcom Cup and put a little bit, like maybe made Capcom Cup 200,000 and put 50K into Evo. I don't know. I feel like
if Evo's gonna force the PS4 shit on them, then I don't think they deserve the money.
Wow.
Sorry.
I mean, I don't think it's. I have a feeling it's like a collaboration between all of them.
I know, but I just don't. I don't like it. I really don't like it.
I don't know. I guess that, and if if they want Capcom Cup to be the big shit, then they get all the money, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, man, that's how all that 500K is being spent. There's so much money.
It's a lot of money, and I think
So much.
I think it is. It's being used to benefit a lot of that community, just through tournaments alone. And the whole Capcom Cup thing, I think, is great because it's headlines at least. I mean, this past Capcom Cup wasn't that much money. It was a lot of money. Obviously, it was 50,000, I think, altogether.
Momochi won like, what was it, 36K or something?
Yeah, because he won the 25,000 plus the Teespring shit, which I think is a very good idea too. But I mean, that alone got headlines in San Francisco. People were talking about it on the radio. I heard advertisements for it.
Yeah.
People asked me about it just randomly, my friends. So I think it being much bigger is much bigger deal to people, because people, when they see big money signs, they see it's legitimate, all this shit, and they might want to watch. It gets the word out. People who might not have known Street Fighter was being played to the 6th level might come out more. More people are gonna watch. Just a lot of things. I think it's a good idea to shove money at. I think it's a good idea. And
I think there's another thing that is that the top 8 of all the premier events are going to be 3 out of 8, or best 3 out of 5. Sorry,
yeah.
Best 3 out of 5. Which I mean, I guess that's cool. I think it's cool for Evo, but man, like, I don't think it's
I think
that.
It's fine. I think it's fine.
I think it's just too long.
Top 8's fine.
It's just too long for these other tournaments. In my opinion.
If you budget your time correctly, top 8 should be fine. Obviously, no tournament does that, but I have hope.
I just think it's too long. I wish it was just winners, losers, grand is 3 out of 5, and that's fine in my opinion. I don't think all of top 8 for all these events need to be best 3 out of 5.
It's just more matches. I think it's fine for people. It just makes people shut up.
I mean, that really made people shut up, because people were like, oh my god, why isn't like all the matches 3 out of 5? Like, well, you know what? Not only is the winners, losers, grand going to be 3 out of 5, we're just going to do top 8 for every major, and you guys can just shut up now.
I was reading the chat during Capcom Cup. You know how many they couldn't do 3 out of 5, but DJ iPad was on. Fucking times I saw that in chat, like fucking a million times. Every other sentence was, well, it's not 3 out of 5. They could have just do this stuff, like all that shit. So at least it shuts them up, and we can bring a rival back to do every tournament. That's the next announcement. A rival's doing every tournament.
Dude, that'd be sick. I'd be down. I would tune in.
I would too. But yeah, so this year should be good. Do you want to tell people what tournaments you're going to be going to, Harrison?
I am going to, so far, I'm announced at Final Round, NCR, and EVO, of course. So those 3 tournaments.
And I'll be at Final Round, NCR, and CEO and EVO. So I'll see a bunch of you guys out there, hopefully. And I'll probably be going to Northwest Majors, most likely.
Oh, you will?
Probably.
You want to carpool up there?
Yeah, I'll talk to you after.
Okay, all right. But yeah, that'll be my first East Coast tournament, so I'm kind of stoked.
You've been to...
Nope. Nope. Never been to one.
You were. I remember you went to
TFC. I'm stupid.
TFC. Yeah, I was like.
Oh yeah, that's right. I have. Fuck.
Yeah.
I can't believe
Southern tournament.
I can't believe I streamed it and I forgot I did
know.
it. That's really embarrassing.
This would be your first Southern tournament.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I've really wanted to go to Final Round or CEO, and because I haven't been to I don't know, a huge East Coast tournament yet, and yeah, now I get to go.
Yeah, they're fun. Final Round's very fun.
It's just been I've wanted to go. It's just too expensive to do it outside of work for me.
Yeah, you can get cheap tickets nowadays, but closer to the event, it's hard. I remember my last year ticket was $700, I think.
Yeah, I can't afford that.
yeah, it was a lot. So try and shop around for deals. So, but yeah, so we'll be going to those, and we'll see you guys there. And hopefully you punch me in the face. I think that'll be a great start.
Hopefully.
To
hopefully.
I wish.
Why hopefully?
I don't know. Get some excitement. So do you want to do the awards?
Okay.
You have our awards show. Well, it's an awards show without.
It's an awards show without awards. Wow, this show fucking sucks.
We should do that every week. Just announce something we're gonna do something, just never do it. Never even acknowledge it. Like special guest today, just no one. Just fucking.
So our first award is it's in chat right now. It's the best international tournament, and there's only 2 nominations because there really wasn't much, but it was East Coast Curly Mustache. Invitational tournaments. So it's East Coast Curly Mustache and Canada Cup Master Series. And since there's 2 of us, and obviously Honzhou Gonzhou is going to pick Curly Mustache, and I'm obviously going to pick Canada Cup, we need you guys as the viewers to be the tiebreaker and see who gets that award. So we'll give you guys the next half hour to hammer that out.
Everyone's choosing Canada Cup.
Everyone's choosing Canada Cup?
Yeah.
Damn. Don't say that.
Just spoilers.
Spoilers. All right. Should we?
Let's go on. Sorry.
Okay. So first category, best guest on our show. Honzhou Gonzhou, what are the nominees?
So we have Hellpockets, we have Hoodaman, we have KBeast, Kinder Party, Apologyman, Grimey, Don, Yohosie, and Larry, Hungry Human Larry. If you weren't mentioned as best guest, we probably hate you.
I think I included everybody except
no,
Dacid Bro.
Okay. It's okay though.
Who's your pick? Who do you think should win this award?
I don't know.
In my opinion, I
like a lot of our guests.
It's a really close. I kind of want to say KBeast.
It's between KBeast, Hellpockets, and Hoodaman.
KBeast, Hellpockets, and Hoodaman.
I really like having Hoodaman on.
What about Kinder Party?
No.
No? No?
It's not the top 2. It's mid-tier. Mid-tier, yes. I said it. He didn't invite you to his fucking pizza party. Fuck that guy.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Fuck that guy. I'm just deleting him from the list right now.
Do it. I want to see it.
It's deleted.
Yeah.
It's deleted. Oh, man. So it's between KBeast and Hoodaman.
Just axing Hellpockets on.
I just axed him.
Damn.
Axed him.
I don't know.
Man, Hellpockets is good, too.
I really like having all those guys on.
I kind of want to say Hellpockets. But I kind of want to say KBeast, too.
I do, too.
I'm going to go with KBeast, because I have a feeling the fans like KBeast.
Then I'll go with Hellpockets, I guess.
Hellpockets?
So we have a diversity.
So nobody wins this award. This is a great, amazing award
okay,
show.
KBeast wins. KBeast wins.
KBeast wins. Thank you. Winner, KBeast. Winner.
Hellpockets is runner-up. Close second.
So the second award goes to the worst guest.
Worst guest.
Worst guest. And do you want to give the first nomination?
It's Dacid Bro.
It's Dacid Bro. Worst guest of the show.
Dacid Bro was on our first show, and we regret it ever since. So we've not let that grudge gone. And I like Dacid Bro. No, I do, yes.
Well, I mean, he's not as bad as the second nomination, which is actually kind of a funny thing. Is our second worst guest nomination is it's Honzhou Gonzhou. Is the second. It says Honzhou Gonzhou here. It's apparently, if you guys don't remember, he actually forgot it was Tuesday, which is actually gonna come up in the next nomination. Or next award, but he actually forgot it was Tuesday, and I called KBeast and said, please, KBeast, can you come on the show? Honzhou Gonzhou's not answering his phone, and he was actually a fill-in for Honzhou Gonzhou, and then Honzhou Gonzhou called in 30 minutes into the show and became a guest on his own show. So the worst guest of the show ever has been Honzhou Gonzhou. Honzhou Gonzhou, congratulations for winning this award, Honzhou Gonzhou. How does it feel?
Thank you.
How does it feel?
It feels so fucking great. I love winning things that I'm bad at. So. Fuck you, Harrison.
All right. The next award, the next category is best name that we have had for a show.
So I don't know if people realize, but we sit on Skype a little bit after, and I had to come up with a name for the show. That's my contribution, and I rarely do it.
That's literally what he does on the show.
So it's hard for me sometimes. So a lot of these are just random things I think of.
So the first show name is what I was just talking about. Forgot it was Tuesday. That was the name of the show. Maybe you can give some insight. I kind of forgot about why we actually named it this, but the next one's called the Jaxel Dome.
Yeah, I think it was. I was talking about. I forget what the show was about, but it was an allusion to it.
We had Hoodaman on the show.
Why did I say that then?
It was just a blow up. Everybody, I think Jaxel had a meltdown, and
that was a long time ago.
Yeah,
I figured we've been doing this for a while.
doing this for 2 years, dude.
It's when Jaxel had a meltdown and he was like going on rants on Event Hubs or something. Yeah. You guy's crazy.
This next show is another kind of doozy too. This one's the next one is Castaway 2 Haunted Streams, and in that episode it was right after VXG. That was it. It was right after VXG, and it was the one where Capcom streamed it.
Yeah.
And it was just collusion. So much collusion. That's when the real blow up happened, and that's why it was called Castaway 2 Haunted Streams.
I like the allusion to haunts too. Haunted haunts.
Yeah.
And the next show name is I Left My Car in San Francisco. I wonder who this is about, Harrison.
I think it might be about you.
Yeah. Which day? I've done so many car things in San Francisco. All my car troubles have happened in San Francisco.
So I believe this is the one where you got in an accident.
Oh, the first time. Okay.
Where you were in your older car, and you were in it was like a Bronco, right?
No, it was a Montero.
Montero, I'm sorry. Anyways, you hit somebody because you're a bad driver.
Okay, I didn't know it was a yield, okay? And I pulled out, and the fucker's coming at me, so I had to back up, but the guy pulled up. It was his fault. It wasn't my fault. I had to back up or I would have gotten hit.
So Honzo got in an accident and barely made it,
That was funny because there's bystanders. They were laughing at me. I felt so embarrassed, too. I never said it on the show, but people were just like, whoa! And I know I would be like that, too. So I wasn't mad about that.
The last, you know what? Possibly highest chance of receiving this award. Best name for a show. Rip Socal except Snake Eyes. I think
that's the theme of SoCal, though. I think that's gonna be
that really captures what SoCal is right now.
Yeah, just Rip. Except so.
All of these are really good, but I think I'm gonna have to give it to Rip SoCal except Snake Eyes.
I mean, Forgot It Was Tuesday is such like a huge intro, though. I think Forgot It Was Tuesday is better.
Forgot It Was Tuesday?
That's the intro. It's part of our show history.
All right.
It's how much of a dumbass I am.
The winner is Forgot It Was Tuesday. Yeah. Congratulations, you won. You're the reason that something on here won something again.
I'm 2 for 2. Let's go.
2 for 2?
Yeah.
All right. Well, unfortunately, you can't be part of this. Oh, you can. You just put yourself in there. The biggest fan of the show, and We have a few. Definitely have a few. Of course.
Yeah.
I think you know what? I'm gonna save the winner for last because, I mean, out of everybody on here, although you know 2 of these, let's start off right off the bat. Devilfish, always in chat.
Yeah.
Always stream monstering it up. Always sending us, you know, really just awful tweets.
Just hateful tweets.
Next on the list is Spiron, mod in the
Yes.
chat, sub to the chat, always in here, always linking you guys. Hey, send Harrison and Honzhou Gonzhou tweets on Twitter. He's the guy who's always doing that. Next we got Dkhaifgc, of course, always sending us questions, always watching the stream. Shouts to him. And then we have the Hound 2. I don't think he's gonna win, but
Definitely a supporter of the show.
definitely a supporter of the show for a really long time.
Yeah.
All these guys have been watching the show for way too long.
I've known the Hound for a while too. So.
And then you can't. It says Honzhou Gonzhou. You can't put yourself in this category. You can't be a fan of your own show.
Whatever the fuck I want, Harrison. I'm a winner.
You're a winner. The last person on here, which is I mean, he's the winner. It's Drewredmage.
Drewredmage always asks his goddamn questions. No
Always. He's the first person. He asks us the most. Drewredmage is the shit. He's
he really
always
doesn't watch the streams. He really has to watch the YouTubes because he's on the East Coast. So.
Yeah.
It's,
and he is a baseball fan.
There you go.
There you go. So Drewredmage, biggest fan of the show. Shout out to Drewredmage.
Shouts to Drewredmage. Heart.
How are the best invitational tournament things coming along?
Let me refresh. Overwhelmingly kind of cup.
All right. Well, it's not over till it's over. I'm gonna link it again. If you guys want to vote, you guys can still vote. Wow, we still got a few weeks. Damn, we still got a lot of these. The worst. The next one is kind of like one of those awards where you know you're walking the red carpet and they're like, "Hey, do you want an award?" And they're like, "Yeah, sure." You want like an award for like best, I don't know, makeup in a TV drama? Sure, why not? And then they just give him that award. This is that kind of award. It's the worst name Honzhou Gonzhou has called himself. And you just put Honzhou Gonzhou.
You put that.
Oh, I did. Nation is Honzhou Gonzhou, which is I'd say a pretty, you know, safe bet. It's a safe bet.
I don't remember all the names I've had as my name.
I think you put Hobzo Gobzo as one of them.
Yeah,
Hobzo
F-Champ came
Gobzo.
up with that one.
Oh. Well, and then we have the one that you currently use is Hobzo Gobzo, which is it's all right. It's all right.
No, I use
It's all right.
There's really no rhyme or reason.
I don't know. The next one is Honzhou Gonzhou.
Honzhou Gonzhou.
Honzhou Gonzhou? Is that how you pronounce that?
That's not the worst.
That's not the worst. I mean, again, I don't know what it is. The winner's last. It's the last one. The last one that takes cake is Mike Ross. That's right.
Mike Ross. If you guys don't remember, during Cross Assault, I actually tweeted as Mike Ross's name, and I had the same picture as Mike Ross. And I guess the producer over there, Mr. Seglia, who was looking at
oh my
tweets.
God, I forgot.
He
totally
didn't
forgot.
realize
Oh
it was
my
me. And I don't even think he knew me at that point. And he put my tweet on. They showed the commentators, and the commentators were reading out my tweets. And I was cracking up.
I totally forgot about that.
And it wasn't Mike Ross.
God.
Mike Ross was tweeting at the same time. But as I was tweeting, so they were reading my tweets though. I forget what I said, but yeah, I was Mike Ross for that time. It's also when I put my Arturo's video up on my YouTube channel. I was Mike Ross at the time too. So, yep, that was a.
I mean, because of that story, that wins. Like,
yeah,
it's
actually
not even close. I know it actually has a story behind it. All right, next one, a little bit more serious, a little bit more of a typical show, award show type thing. The strongest Street Fighter 4 player, strongest Street Fighter player of the 2014 2015 season, post Evo. First, we have Snake Eyez, who has, you know what, at the beginning,
I would say Snake Eyez has wilted past post Evo.
I kind of would agree with you a little bit there. And then he has been kind of triumphed by this next person, NuckleDu.
NuckleDu has been showing up at a lot of tournaments using unconventional characters. Well, I guess less popular characters, like, of course, Guile, but also Dkhaifgc, and really showing Dkhaifgc's strength and beating very good people with Dkhaifgc. So he's really, I think, since he has another character, he really does, he's more comfortable in a lot of more matchups. So I think he's much stronger now than he was at Evo.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to delete this next person.
Yeah, you should.
Okay, I deleted him. I'm not even gonna say who he was. It was the winner of last year's Evo. Next we have, I obviously,
think this is the best player at the moment.
It's Momochi. He won Capcom Cup, and that obviously, puts you pretty close to the top. But then, you go and win Shadowloo Showdown convincingly. You beat Kazunoko 6 rounds straight. And that just gives you the next level.
I watched a lot of Momochi matches, and that guy just gets it. He just understands everything. It's really crazy watching him, actually. Against very high-level players. He just gets it.
And then the next nomination. I think we know who the winner is at this point, but this is, you got to put Smug in there.
Smug's really improved, I think, a lot. And he's really dominating the East Coast for the most part at the moment. So it's
he goes to majors and he gets top 8. And when he gets top 8, he's really getting in that top 3 very consistently now.
He's won one of those over there. I don't know if it was regional or something. But he won.
I think it was Winter Brawl or something.
It might have been.
I want to say it's Winter Brawl.
He has been winning tournaments and placing top 3 consistently. So, he's definitely on the up, coming up for this season. I think he's going to be a strong contender for top 8 at Capcom Cup. I'll say that now. He's probably one of maybe 2 to 3 Americans that actually have a chance of getting top 8 at Capcom Cup. Because not only is he very good, he also plays a very unconventional character. Who the fuck plays that? I think that alone gets him farther.
Just because people don't know the matchup, man.
That's true, and it's similar to NuckleDu. Who the fuck plays Dkhaifgc? Who the fuck's out there playing Dkhaifgc at a high level? There's shit you just don't know about that's coming.
Not many people play Guile either.
But Guile's kind of more simple to wrap your head around. There's no crazy mix-ups.
I guess, but
it's not. You may not know his priority and stuff. I guess.
Yeah.
But with Dkhaifgc, she's doing these crazy 50-50 teleport shits that you might not know the setup. It might be an unblockable, might be a cross-up, ambiguous, all this stuff that she's doing. And, similar to Dudley, you don't know when you're actually safe to poke back, So.
Who do you think wins?
Definitely Momochi. I don't know.
After before Shadowloo Showdown, I would kind of have to mix it up. It would be kind of a tough decision between NuckleDu and Momochi, but after that tournament, I'd have to say Momochi.
Yeah, I really think Momochi's the best player in the world right now, and I don't think anyone's going to stop this year. I do not think that. But Street Fighter's crazy. Anything happens.
I'm going to jump a category.
Okay.
I'm going to jump to favorite NorCal player, right? That's what we decided on. Street Fighter player. Why is Yoshi
He
on
plays Street Fighter.
Okay. All right. Okay. So we do have somebody who's actually coming back for a second nomination.
Yes.
But first is Julio.
Young extraordinaire.
probably the best Yun in America at this point.
I would say, yeah, definitely. At least he's the most dedicated. He's stuck with Yun, thick and thin. So
he's like, come on, guys. He's not bad.
You can't make a Dkhaifgc character bad.
He's not bad.
He took away.
I'm just gonna wait for them to give me red focus, and everything will be all right. Next, we have a returning, getting his second nomination is Hoodaman.
Hoodaman's definitely.
I think he's up there.
Been a strong NorCal player for a long time, playing shitty characters. You know, Honda.
Super humble guy. Will always help you out.
Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't ask for more out of a Street Fighter 4 player.
Yep.
Next we have LPN, who's not going to win. Next
LPN
we have
is a little shithead. He plays Adon.
He plays Cammy.
And Cammy. Look at that. Look at that World roster. LPN's actually very good in a lot of games. He's very good at Mortal Kombat. People don't know that. He's actually incredibly good at Mortal Kombat. So, you might be seeing him in MKX. Look out for LPN. It's weird. You don't think it, but... another multi-game person, XSK Samurai. Probably has the hardest path becoming good because he lives in Fresno. And that alone...
I don't think he's gonna... He doesn't capture the hearts of people, though.
No, he's very good, though, and he has traveled a lot. And he's good in Marvel, too, which is hard to be good in 2 games, in my opinion. I think it's hard. But I don't know if people really... I mean, if you play Ryu, you probably love the dude. Because, I mean, he's a very good Ryu player.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's hard to find. It's hard to find a good Ryu player nowadays. Our last player, GC Yoshi, who's probably the strongest T-Hawk.
Well, second strongest T-Hawk.
Second strongest T-Hawk in the world.
In the world?
In the world.
So
you're the best, Harrison.
I know. Just wanted to be clear.
Who's the good T-Hawk player from Japan? The crazy guy?
I can't remember. Somebody in chat will point it out.
Who's the crazy T-Hawk guy? You guys don't know. That guy's funny. He's really funny. He does crazy. I was watching him at Evo because the camera wasn't on him the whole time, but he was clowning the entire time. It was pretty funny. If you guys ever get a chance to see him play on stage, watch him at the venue. It's very funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think winner definitely. I mean, in my opinion,
I think it's Hoodaman.
Yeah, I mean we're biased though.
We're biased a little bit. He's been on the show like 3 or 4 times, and
he's from our area too.
He is. He's from North Bay.
It's not to say these other players aren't well liked.
I just think he's gone out to all these events. Everybody knows who he is. He's such a nice guy, and not only that, he's gone to other places and been successful too. And he's gone overseas and been successful multiple times too.
Yeah.
So I mean, it has to go to Hoodaman.
Yep, I agree. I love me some Hoodaman. Sounds weird. Anyways, let's move on.
So jumping back. We're not going to the last one yet.
I know.
I was thinking of a good category, and I think this is a really good one. Biggest contributor to the NorCal scene, and there's a lot of good ones in here. Yeah. I'd have to admit. So
I think all of them are good.
I think all of them. Yeah, all of them are. They're definitely. I think all of them can win. I feel like. First we have one that's the first one is kind of an upcomer, getting incredibly popular really fast though. Is Churning the Butter. If you guys haven't been there, it's at the Foundry in San Francisco, and man, they're pumping it out every week, getting people to come out, getting all the names to come out, and the only thing that's really, I mean, I kind of wish, they would get Marvel somehow. I feel like
I wish that too, and I fucking tell them, and I know the fuck they don't do it. They make it. It makes so much sense for them to do Marvel on one of the nights because it's not going to be a fucking lot of people, but people are going to come out for that. People want a place to play Marvel in the NorCal. That's not someone's house.
Yeah. They really
look
do.
At the
I feel like even all of these nominees have the same problem though. But I don't think it's their problem. I think they've tried and it just hasn't worked.
No. At the food park, there was a lot of interest from Marvel. I don't want to fucking hear it.
There is. You're right. You're right. That might push it over the edge, in my opinion. The next one is I actually just added this because I don't know why I didn't think about it. Is Pandora House.
Yeah, they've been doing a lot of content lately that I've been seeing.
They've been doing a lot of content. They've been doing their own stuff. They've been getting a lot of more importantly, they've been getting a lot of people together to play Street Fighter, which I mean it's hard to do nowadays, and getting good players to play each other consistently, and they've been doing it.
They've been doing the little league thingy, which I think is interesting.
Like we did on I Play Winter,
Yes.
but now they're doing it on their own stuff, which I think is awesome. The next one, and of course Pandora House is by LPN and James and Hoodaman and Almakashi. So yeah, check them out. I think they're Pandora House everything. I'm pretty sure Twitter, Facebook, everything. Next one is Joe from Capsule Corp, and he hosts tournaments all the time at MGL, basically every week for Street Fighter, and basically whoever wants to show up and play video games. If you guys can, get a couple people together and run a tournament, no matter what game, he's gonna find a way to, run it for you guys. And you don't find that a lot anymore. I feel like, even myself, to some degree, when I was running Lost in Space, I'm like, that's great, but I don't really want to run Tekken. I just don't. Like, I mean, there's just some games that I just really wasn't interested in. And he doesn't care if you guys have a scene and you want a game, and you want to play a game, then he's gonna find a way for you guys to play it. So I think that's.
It's not seen often. Tournaments nowadays, usually it's just something, and that's it. Like there's not gonna be that. So it's cool that there's at least options.
And the next one, because I skipped one for some reason, is Manny from Bay Area Fight Night, who has, he's still been around. He obviously not hosting as many events as he was maybe 6 months ago, but I mean, again, like he's kind of one of the only people that have been able to get Marvel to come out. Like, so really, all of his events, he's gotten a decent turnout for Marvel. And he's kind of really got that over everybody else.
Every event I've been to that he's hosted is just great, and I see why people keep coming out, and it's the same core people, but I think the food truck place that he had this last time was really fun. A and B, a lot new people came out for that shit. I noticed a lot of new Marvel players came out. At least it was double digits for new players. So, I mean, that's crazy to me nowadays to see that many new people I've never actually seen before who might not have come out to other tournaments that are starting to come out to tournaments, stuff like that. So I think that's great. And I think that breathes life into the scene more ways than one. And, Street Fighters that at the food truck place still got a lot of interest too. And that was still exciting.
And I think he hosts at some, crazy oddball places that really just make his events, just special. Like that gaming museum in Oakland, who hosts gaming tournaments at food carts? Like nobody does that. He found that amazing spot in in San Francisco, like at that museum place.
Yeah,
he just finds these places to host great events, and it's I don't know how he does it, man.
I really enjoy all of his events. I think they're some of the best.
Next we have homegrown.
Yes.
I guess local is Josh from Wyoming Dojo. And just because I'm not there streaming it doesn't mean it's not going on, guys.
Every week.
Every single week. If you guys are in North Bay, if you're around the Petaluma area, you can like Wyoming Dojo on Facebook. I think it's a group, so you got to get invited, but you can always message me on Twitter at HarrisonSBA if you have any questions. But he Street Fighter. Basically, I mean, it's the same kind of thing. Obviously, it's a little bit harder for him, but and Petaluma. But if there's a game that people want to play, he's totally open to making room for you guys. And
yeah, I've played Xrd there. I played Blaze Blue there. I played a bunch of stuff, and there's also Smash there. There's a bunch of stuff you can do, and there are people who want to play Xrd. It sucks that I can't go out as often as I should be going out to play Xrd with people. But there's very good players that go to that place that want to play anime games and stuff like that. And it's not like there's not players that want to learn too, but I'm just saying there's a high skill range for the games that you want to play. You just have to post up and say that you want to play these games, and there's going to be people who are interested. I mean, I think the last time I checked, they were interested in playing, getting ready for Mortal Kombat, because North Bay has a bunch of Mortal Kombat players.
Yeah.
So, there's a bunch of stuff. So if you're in North Bay, definitely check it out. And it's always a consistent event. It's always consistently good. So.
And the last one, still just like all of these are just great. The Hacker Fight crew, and they actually do events outside of Hacker Fight. They're kind of closed off a little bit. You really have to know people in order to get in. It's definitely not kind of an open to the public thing. I mean, I guess it is, but it's not posted up everywhere. You got to know these people in order to get in. But I mean, they host great events. They care about, running a good tournament. They care about, being good hosts and just making people just having an enjoyable time while playing, video games. And yeah, and the next one is coming up in the next couple months. So. Oh
wow, there's another one coming up.
Yeah, there's 1.4 is coming up.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I thought that was dead.
It's I think it's April 10th. So it's a couple months away.
I saw Apologyman lose to, oh my god, I forgot his name. Who's your favorite player, Harrison? The Thor player? Or the Hulk player?
Oh, you mean the guy from
No Respect.
No Respect. Yes.
No Respect beat Apologyman at Hacker Fight. It was the greatest match I've ever seen.
Did he?
Just one match.
Just one match.
Just one game. It was still great though.
So man, all these. So we got Churning the Butter, Pandora House, Manny from Bay Area Fight Night, Joe from Capsule Corp, Josh from Miami Dojo, and the Hacker Fight crew. I kind of want to say Manny from Bay Area Fight Night. Even though, I mean, I love Josh, I love Miami Dojo, but just the work that he puts in and the places that he finds are just above and beyond like the rest of the people on this list.
I would say that, but Churning the Butter is incredibly big now, and I think that's what's going to be pushing the scene further for NorCal, at least Street Fighter and Smash wise. I can't ignore that. I would say Churning the Butter, even though I think Manny's events are incredibly good. They're just too few and far between, in my opinion. I think Churning the Butter is just, it's too big to be ignored.
All right, well, you know what? I'm going to do... There unfortunately isn't going to be a clear-cut winner for this.
There's too many good events.
There's too many. There's too many good things. So Churning the Butter, Honzhou Gonzou's pick. Why did I put that there? Manny from Bay Area Fight Night is going to be mine. Because shoutouts to Manny.
Yeah, it's just.
I understand where you're coming from though, because it's such a big event.
Yeah, it's not like I don't go to Manny's events. I mean, they're my favorite events to go to, but, it's too big. It's too big right now. And I think it's just going to get bigger. I don't think there's brakes on that train at the moment.
So we've come down to it. The last award.
All right, let's do it.
It's the biggest blow up everybody forgot about. And... Yes. There's three of these. I kind of wish we would have, tried to find another one, but there's three of these that are definitely, really big things. And there's one where actually two of them are kind of like, they need to be. It's like history class. Like, you just need to be taught it so it doesn't happen again. There's a couple of those on this list, but the first one is the Twitch CPM blow up, where obviously happened on our show, where we would get muted for playing copyright music even though we weren't.
I was in the news.
Yeah, Honzhou Gonzhou was in the news for singing, and so yeah, I don't get it. So the whole thing was, Amazon got bought out by Twitch, or Twitch got bought out by Amazon, and they had to basically not be a rogue entity on the internet anymore. They needed some kind of law going on where basically people wouldn't have archives full of copyrighted music. And so basically, if you have copyrighted music and you play it on Twitch, it'll ban your archives, or won't ban it, it'll mute it. And so that was absolutely, huge. Absolutely huge at first. And, look at us, how many months later? Nobody gives a shit anymore. Nobody cares. Yeah. That's basically, it sums it up. And it's the same deal with the next thing. It's basically the same thing, but on YouTube. Everybody was so up in arms about it, and the same exact thing happened to YouTube, where basically all of these game companies, where they just had an automated system on YouTube, and you get copywritten for game music and stuff that you weren't before, and you had to go through this whole long process where basically it would take longer. It would take about a month to get this situated, and by that time it didn't matter anymore. And it still goes on.
Yeah, I was about to say, this still goes on.
Still happens. But you know what? People, you just don't see people talk about it anymore.
I think it's just accepted of its life at that point.
Yeah, people just kind of accepted it.
If it started raining blood outside, and people are like, oh shit, it's raining blood, but after a couple of years, people are like, yeah, it's just blood rain.
Wow, the next one. Should we even say the next one?
No, I don't think so. Why bring it up again? But you can. I don't care. It's not me. Not my fault. Not my fault, Harrison.
I kind of don't want to bring it up. I'm just gonna
don't bring it up. I know whose fault it was. It's not my fault.
I'm just gonna delete it. It's too much of a blow up.
That's people haven't forgot about that. That was just a couple months ago.
They have. They
haven't. Trust me.
They have.
No.
Okay, well, you do the last two.
Okay, so we have this psychopath. He's a cult leader, and he was trying to get people to convert to his beach cult, where they fly out of the beach and play in a tournament against no one for no money. And so it's called VXG. VXG is a tournament that was actually the most absurd tournament because they didn't pay anyone and no one was there. So, did it even happen? It was streamed, but, there was collusion, multiple years. And I don't think people have forgotten about it.
I don't think they have either, but I feel like it's kind of just...
mad about it anymore.
It just needs to be brought up again.
Capcom supported VXG.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that people forgot about, is that Capcom and Mad Catz supported it.
Yeah. I don't know the, yeah. Who doesn't love a free vacation? I'm not going to fault them. But, yeah. Shout out to Justin Aguirre, I guess. She seems nice. I don't know.
The last one, man. This is it.
So there's another cult leader who would go to arcades and to look at children, and it was like, hey, do you want to run away from home and live in my apartment? It's being paid for by welfare, and you can eat ravioli and play video games all day. You could do it. That's the life. And it's called EMP. So EMP was a thing, if you guys weren't aware, where young children were being pimped out to play video games, and the tournament winnings would go to Triforce, who legally changed his name to Triforce. And yeah, I think everyone's glad EMP's not around anymore. Most of all the people who were in EMP, so...
I just like your description of EMP. I just think that you could literally have not described EMP any better by any other person on the internet besides you.
I don't think people forgot EMP.
I think it's just they will.
They will eventually, hopefully. People forgot about like DMG, shit like that. No one remembers DMG.
Well, it's part of Mad Catz. It wasn't anything.
Mad Catz. Anything that has Mad Catz on is probably not part of Mad Catz. Let me just fucking dispel that rumor right now. On the show that sucks. Blow up. That's a blow up right there. That's a blow up. No.
What's a blow up? Type it out. What? I was paying attention. I literally already forgot it. What was that? I think it wins.
Yeah, I guess everyone forgot about. I guess everyone remembers his hair. This is a terrible category.
I know. I'm sorry. I
hate it. I don't like it.
You don't like it?
No, it's fine. John Nelson. Everyone remembers John Nelson.
Oh man, but that was years ago.
That was years ago. I'm trying to think of one that people just don't remember. I don't know. Gutex. I don't. I don't know. Yeah.
I told you to think of another one and you didn't, so that's what you get.
I don't know.
I mean, honestly, I kind of want to say YouTube. Just because Twitch, people will get over it because nobody gives a fuck about archives anyway. I don't know. There's going to be a time where I mean, the time is now, really. Like, hey, you remember where you can go on YouTube and you can just fucking upload whatever you want and nobody gave a shit?
Someone in chat said 2 out of 3 Marvel.
2 out of... Oh, my God.
People really did forget about that fucking instantly. I didn't forget about it.
That's the winner. That's the winner. 2 out of 3 Marvel. What do you
There's also people in chat. Damn, Ralph. The full schedule controller debacle.
Nah, whatever.
I don't think
that's just F-Champ being stupid. That's what that was. That wasn't a blow up. That was just, I don't know, people not knowing like how to handle that situation. That's basically what that was.
I think 2 out of 3 Marvel. Everyone forgot about. I was the only person. It was like me and Zach Bennett who were mad. There's a lot of people who had to deal with 2 out of 3 brackets, but I was really annoyed. And I said some things to very important people that I do not regret, but I said them. So
2 out of 3 Marvel wins. We really got to get to questions. Holy shit, the show is like...
Yeah, the show's incredibly long.
Holy fuck.
I'm going to get yelled at.
Should we save all these questions for next week?
Yeah, I mean, it's really over time here. Yeah. I'd rather save them. I'm sorry.
Okay. Holy shit, guys. We're so sorry. We didn't think it would take this long. We're going to save all your guys' questions for next week for show episode 114. Wow. This is really... Okay. Congratulations to all of the winners. Should we repeat the winners? Best guest on the show goes to KBeast. Worst guest on the show goes to Honzhou Gonzhou. Best name for a show goes to Forgot It Was Tuesday. Biggest fan of the show goes to, of course, Drewredmage. Best invitational. Oh, yeah, I forgot. How's the poll coming? View results.
I'm not even going to look at it, but I guarantee you.
It is Canada Cup with not a landslide, but pretty close to it. Canada Cup has 68% of the votes. Curleh Mustache has 32% of the votes. So there you go.
That's incredibly landslide. I don't know what you're talking about.
Canada Cup takes the best international tournament. Canada Cup Master Series. Shouts to 10-0. The worst name Honzo Gonzo has ever called himself is Mike Ross. The strongest Street Fighter player of the 2014-2015 post-EVO season, Momochi. Biggest contributor to the NorCal scene, Honzhou Gonzou's pick is Churning the Butter. My pick is Manny from Bay Area Fight Night. Favorite NorCal player goes to Hoodaman. And the biggest blow-up everybody forgot about, 2 out of 3 Marvel at EVO. I think those are pretty solid. Those are pretty solid winners.
Yep.
I think we had a very good show.
Yeah, I enjoyed our first awards show. I hope it's the last.
I kind of hope it's the last one too. Hope it's not the last show. Just I don't want to pull a fray. I just want it to be the last show.
Our next guest is Barry.
It's just the beginning of the end. Yeah. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. Sorry, really, really sorry. We just cannot answer you guys' questions this week. But don't worry, we'll save plenty of time next week for you guys' questions because we'll probably have nothing to talk about. If you guys want to follow me, you can follow me at HarrisonSBA. If you want to follow Houdaman Gonzo, you can follow him at Houdaman Gonzo. And I always say if you want to follow me, my name is Harrison, by the way. I always say just Harrison. Me. Oh, if you guys don't want to follow either of us, you can follow. Make sure you guys follow us twitter.com/iplaywinner. And of course, facebook.com/iplaywinner. You guys go to youtube.com/iplaywinner. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment on our video, where you guys can check that out right after this is over. And of course, go to iplaywinner.com, go to the podcast section, and check out every single show in YouTube or MP3 format. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks to Drewredmage for watching this in the YouTube whenever he watches it. All right, guys. Peace.
See ya.